Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
We're jumping into two really intense weeks in AI today.
Absolutely. Felt like more than 2 weeks, didn't it?
It really did. So our guide for this is the latest 1 week of AI, the OwO AI publication from University 365.
Except this one wasn't just 1 week.
Exactly. It's a double edition, May 26th to June 9th, 2025.
Yeah, a massive amount happened.
University 365 called it a Fortnight Flight Plan to the future, which sounds about right. Lots of breakthroughs, but also some pretty big drama.
Oh, definitely drama. Keeps things interesting, I suppose.
So our plan today is basically to unpack the really key stuff from that publication, what actually matters, what the big takeaways are for you.
Cutting through the noise, yeah. It's needed with the pace things are moving at. The innovation is just relentless, but so are the complications. Ethics, business deals, lawsuits.
Okay, let's start right there then, with the drama.
Mm.
The publication really flags the Builder.ai story.
Ah, yes. Builder.ai. That one made waves.
They even called it the AI Theranos scandal in the report.
Yeah.
That's a heavy comparison.
It is, and probably intentional. Because it really gets to the heart of trust, and potential deception.
So what was the core issue? They were a big deal, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
huge. Valued at $1.5 billion. They'd raised a ton of money from, Microsoft, SoftBank, big names.
And the promise was AI building apps.
That was the pitch. AI could build your mobile app pretty much autonomously. Sounds amazing, right?
And revolutionary, if true.
If true. But the reality that came out was, well, very different. Turns out, instead of sophisticated AI, they were heavily relying on around 700 human engineers, mostly in India.
Wait, so humans were doing the coding?
Largely, yes. Manually building the apps that the AI was supposedly creating. The AI was kind of a front in many ways.
Wow. So the tech wasn't the core. It was people disguised as AI.
Pretty much. And it wasn't just that misrepresentation. The OwO AI piece also mentioned things like round-tripping revenue. Yeah, basically inflating their sales numbers through kind of circular deals with partner companies. So you had this mix of tech overpromises and shaky financials.
And it all came crashing down.
It did. Creditors started moving in, seizing accounts, and, well, bankruptcy followed.
Okay, so why is this story so crucial? Beyond just, a company failing.
Because it's a massive red flag for the whole AI industry. There's so much hype, so much money pouring in. The pressure to deliver or claim you can deliver is immense.
Right.
This is a really stark reminder about needing transparency. You have to rigorously check the claims. You can't just take the AI narrative at face value. It's vital for, building actual trust and sustainable innovation, not just hype cycles.
Really underscores that need for due diligence.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the drama didn't stop there. Anthropic was in the mix too.
Yeah, a couple of incidents highlighted in the publication. First, they cut off Windsurf's access to their Claude models.
Windsurf. They were just acquired by OpenAI, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And Anthropic gave them less than 5 days notice before cutting most access, right after the acquisition announcement.
Ouch. That must have caused chaos.
Oh, major operational impact for Windsurf. It just shows how interconnected and maybe fragile some parts of this ecosystem are, and how competitive, obviously.
And wasn't there something with Reddit too? A lawsuit?
Yes, Reddit is suing Anthropic. They're alleging Anthropic scraped huge amounts of Reddit data. The figure mentioned was over 100,000 times to train their models, but without permission.
But doesn't Reddit have a deal with Google for data?
They do. That's what makes it interesting. They have a licensing deal with Google, but apparently not with Anthropic, so it throws that whole data scraping debate back into the spotlight.
And Google has a stake in Anthropic, don't they?
Yep, about 14%. So you've got these really complex, tangled relationships. Partners, competitors, litigants, sometimes all at once.
It's messy.
It is, and it just proves that understanding AI now isn't only about the tech specs. It's just as much about the business deals, the legal fights, the ethics, that whole intersection.
Definitely a lot to navigate there. Okay, so let's pivot from the drama to the sheer pace of innovation, because these 2 weeks were also packed with breakthroughs.
Absolutely packed, across image, video, audio agents, everywhere.
Let's start with image and maybe 3D. What caught your eye in the OwO AI report?
Well, one thing that stood out was making 3D creation feel more natural. There's a model called Shape LLM Omni.
Omni, what does it do?
Think of it like a chat bot, but for 3D. You can talk to it about 3D shapes.
Talk to it.
Yeah. You can upload a 3D model and ask it, what is this? Or give it text, like, make me a drone with 4 propellers, and it generates the 3D model.
Okay, that's cool. Conversational 3D.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you can edit, too. Take a model, type, change this handle into a chainsaw or whatever. It's trying to make 3D modeling less about complex software and more about natural language.
And is it? Good.
It's early days, quality varies, but the concept is powerful. And crucially, it's designed to run on, like, consumer GPUs. It's about making 3D more accessible.
Accessibility seems to be a theme. What else on the visual side? High-quality images, editing.
Definitely. There was Flux One Context Model from Black Forest Labs. It takes the really impressive realism of their Flux model
Okay.
and adds conversational editing while keeping the main subject consistent.
So, like, I could take a picture of my dog.
Yeah, exactly. Take a picture of your dog, then tell the AI, put the dog on the moon, then now put the dog in a race car. And it keeps the same dog looking realistic, but changes the scene around it.
Whoa.
It's pretty amazing for storytelling or just creating cool visuals fast. And platforms like Leonardo AI are already building on this. They've integrated Flux, added things like Motion 2.0.
Motion 2.0.
Yeah, it lets you take a still image and generate a short video clip with, like, camera moves orbiting around the subject, crane shots, that kind of thing, animating static images easily.
That sounds incredibly useful for creators.
Yeah.
Less complex software needed. And what about generating 3D from just one picture? Any progress there?
Yeah, Direct 3DS too. It's showing really good results in creating detailed 3D models. They showed examples like warriors, robots just from a single 2D image, and it seems more efficient, needing fewer high-end GPUs to get high resolution.
Okay, so creating and editing images in 3D is getting easier, more powerful. What about video? AI video has been a hot topic.
Still is. Big focus on making it smoother and more controllable. Flow-mo, for instance.
Slow-mo, like better motion.
Exactly. You know how sometimes AI video can look a bit jittery or things move weirdly? Flow-mo is a technique to reduce that erratic motion. Makes things like flying kites or moving vehicles look much more natural and smooth.
Ah, okay, fixing the glitches.
Right. And it's open source, works with different models, which is nice.
Good. And I saw something about car crash simulations. That sounds intense.
It does, but very practical. Control Crash. It's an AI specifically trained to generate realistic car crash videos from a single image. Well, think about safety testing, or accident reconstruction, or training self-driving cars. It can simulate scenarios, even predict outcomes from early signs of a potential crash. It's AI getting very specialized for real-world problems.
Right, moving beyond just creative stuff. And interactive content, like AI for games.
Yeah, Deepverse is working on that. It tries to synthesize realistic game scenes, not just visuals, but gameplay elements from a starting frame or prompts, like characters reacting to walls, cars driving realistically.
So AI generating playable moments, not just cutscenes.
That's the goal. It's a step towards AI that understands game logic and interaction, which can be huge for game development.
Fascinating. And lots of focus on realistic human avatars, too.
Oh, yes. Tencent's Hunyuan video avatar was particularly impressive. Takes a single photo, animates a full-body avatar with really good lip sync, expressions, movement, all tied to audio.
From just one photo.
Yeah. And it can handle multiple characters. They've open-sourced the models, which is great, but you need some serious GPU power for it. But yeah, companies like HeyGen, Captions, Higgsfield AI, they're all pushing hard on making AI avatars and lip syncing incredibly realistic.
The uncanny valley might be shrinking fast. Okay, how about sound? Audio, music generation.
Text-to-speech just keeps getting better. 11 Labs released V3 with more emotional control. And importantly, there's OpenAudio S1.
Another open source one.
Right. Maybe not quite 11 Labs level yet, but it has emotional tags and runs on consumer hardware. Again, that accessibility point.
Makes sense. And music AI. Suno's adding features.
Yeah, Suno added stem extraction and editing, so you can take the AI-generated song, pull out just the vocals or just the drums, and then reorder parts, rewrite sections, remix it.
Ah, so it's more like a co-creation tool now,
It's
not just hitting generate.
Exactly. Gives musicians much more control to shape the output.
And voice cloning. There was
Yeah.
one claiming to beat the big names.
Chatterbox. Open source, again. Claims state-of-the-art results, maybe even better than 11 Labs in some ways, from just a short audio clip.
Ah.
It captures expression really well, accents, shouting, breaths, and again, lightweight, runs on normal computers, democratizing powerful tech.
Which brings us back to those ethical thoughts from earlier.
Always lurking, yeah. Powerful tools, widely accessible, needs careful thought.
Okay, let's move to the brains behind a lot of this. LLMs, agents, productivity tools. Is Gemini 2.5 Pro still top dog?
According to the benchmarks University 365 reported, yeah. Google's latest Gemini 2.5 Pro update seems to be leading in math, coding, reasoning, pretty much across the board. High elo score, massive context window.
Massive context window. What does that really mean for users?
It means it can remember and process a huge amount of information in one go, like over 1 million tokens.
Right.
Think feeding it an entire book or a complex project's code base and having it understand and work with all of it.
Okay, that's serious memory.
And it's free through Google's AI Studio and Gemini interface, so top-tier power available to everyone.
And this power is enabling these agents we hear about. AI doing complex tasks.
Exactly. That's the big shift. Not just answering questions, but doing things. Abacus, for example, has Deep Agent.
Deep Agent.
It's designed to be an autonomous assistant, you could potentially tell it, research competitors for product X, summarize findings, and create a presentation. It aims to handle multi-step tasks, connect to your work tools like Google Workspace or Jira, and automate workflows.
Delegating whole projects, basically. And Perplexity is doing something similar with deep research.
Yeah, Perplexity Labs. It's a feature for their pro users. You give it a complex research question, and it can spend like 10 minutes or more working on it autonomously.
And what does it give you back?
Not just text. It can generate reports, spreadsheets, dashboards, even simple web apps based on the research. They've showed examples like analyzing F1 race data or developing a whole sci-fi movie concept. It's AI tackling significant analytical work.
That's a big step up from just search.
What about coding?
AI writing software.
Huge leaps there. Factory AI's droids. These are autonomous agents specifically for software development.
Autonomous how?
They showed a demo where the droids built a functional clone of DocuSign, basically on their own, while the humans just watched. They build entire projects, fix bugs. It could completely change development cycles.
Wow. Developers working with AI builders.
Or overseeing them, yeah. It's becoming a partnership.
Okay. Now, for something maybe unsettling. AI making phone calls that sound human.
Ah, Phonely. Yes. They claim their AI agents achieve 99% human-like accuracy on calls.
99%. So indistinguishable.
Pretty much, seems like. Obvious uses for scheduling, customer service, but the ethical alarms are loud on this one.
Yeah, I can see why.
If you can't tell you're talking to an AI, what does that mean? Transparency is crucial. And the potential for scams? It's a big concern. Really highlights why University 365 emphasizes human values and ethics in AI education.
Absolutely critical. And OpenAI, making ChatGPT more integrated.
Yeah, 2 key things. Memory is rolling out for free users, so it remembers past conversations, makes it more personal.
Okay, that's useful.
And for paid users, integrations with tools like Outlook, Teams, Google Drive, so ChatGPT can access your emails, your documents in real time to help you, making it more of a central hub for managing your info.
AI weaving itself deeper into our workflows. It really was an overwhelming couple of weeks. Robotics, too.
Just quickly, yeah. Figure O2 robot showed off autonomous package sorting, getting faster and more dexterous.
Yeah.
Practical warehouse automation.
Robot kickboxing.
Haha, yeah. China hosted the first humanoid robot kickboxing tournament. Unitree G1 robots. Mostly teleoperated, but with some autonomous balancing. A weird glimpse into future entertainment, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so wrapping all this up.
Yeah.
This double dose of OAAI shows an insane pace.
It's accelerating, no doubt. AI is touching everything.
So what's the big message for people trying to keep up? Students, professionals, anyone?
The message is that staying informed isn't optional anymore. AI is becoming fundamental. But it's not just about learning to code AI.
No.
No, it's about developing what University 365 calls neuroscience-aligned skills. Becoming adaptable, versatile, becoming AI generalist expert. Meaning you understand how to use these different AI tools, the creative ones like Flux, the coding agents like Factory AI's droids, the analytical tools across different fields. It's about collaboration, knowing how to leverage AI effectively and ethically.
Collaborating with AI, not just building it.
Exactly. Understanding the opportunities, but also the challenges, the ethics, like we saw with Builder.ai or the voice agents. Continuous learning is key.
Right. And if people want that continuous learning, want these kinds of insights regularly.
Well, the best route is to connect with University 365. Subscribing, or even better, becoming a U365 member, gets you access to publications like the weekly OwO AI we've been diving into.
So you get this curated analysis delivered.
Yes, members receive the weekly OwO AI publications and access to these deep dive discussions every week. It's designed to keep you right at the forefront, understanding not just what's happening, but why it matters and how you can navigate it.
A direct line to staying current in this whirlwind.
Pretty much.
We've covered so much.
Yeah.
AI fraud, legal battles, incredible tools for creativity, agents building software, robots fighting.
It's been a journey through the AI landscape.
It really has. So as we finish this deep dive, maybe one last thought for everyone listening. Considering this incredible speed of AI progress and seeing the ethical pitfalls like Builder.ai or these hyper-realistic AI voices, how do we actually steer this thing? How do we, collectively make sure this innovation genuinely helps people and society and doesn't just create new problems or amplify deception?
That's the question, isn't it? One we all need to grapple with.
Indeed. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive today. Hope it gave you some useful insights into a very busy couple of weeks in AI.